We call time
He
out
has
on the
to.
segment. All right, because I saw Lamar Jackson at the end, and he struggled. Can he even be a competent NFL quarterback, period? Guys, it got ugly. It was like he couldn't even throw the ball.
He can, and oftentimes you make your biggest jump in the league between year 1 and year 2. So there's no doubt he's been working on his weaknesses.
You know what they said about you? What they said about you is that you're an elite athlete.
Yeah.
You're a leader. Everybody got nothing but love for you. But the football aficionados question your ability to be in the pocket and fling that football with accuracy. You complete about 58% of your passes, okay?
Yeah.
So they're looking at it from that perspective, and they got questions about whether or not you've got longevity as a quarterback in the National Football League. To that you say what?
You're going to have to see. You're going to have to see. You know, well, when I started playing, I started like week 10, week 11. I really didn't have chemistry with those guys, the starting receivers. I was always with rookies and stuff like that. So, Flacco was able to produce with the team and stuff like that. But going to the season, I felt like each and every week I was able to progress. But we're going to have to see next year, so they can keep talking.
Excuse me.
Man.
Here's one thing I will say here, and I will take your calls at 844-204-RICH if you care to have them. The whole doubting Lamar Jackson thing, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. And I can only imagine how tired he must be. I know John Harbaugh's tired of it. They reconfigured their offense on the fly last year and made the playoffs. Okay? And the only people, I believe, who won in Arrowhead after the middle of the season, the quarterbacks were named Patrick Mahomes, Phillip Rivers, and Tom Brady. One of them is a home quarterback. Lamar Jackson almost won that game. And if not for some like Mahomes' 4th down Hail Mary, he would have won that game. And I think he's going to absolutely improve throwing the football. I think the offense is going to be tight end and running back heavy, with now Hollywood Brown taking the top of the defense off, right?
But do you trust Lamar Jackson to be able to push the ball down the field? He only threw for 200 yards one time last year. That isn't exactly the trend that we've seen the NFL take. And yes, he was able to win 6 games last year, but it's his first time being out there. There was no film on the guy. Now we've got 8 games of film. 8 games and only one 200-yard passing game?
8 games of film of an offense that was put together on the fly. I'll tell you this. I think the AFC North is the Ravens division to lose.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, it sure is. Should I have the plank?
It's pretty hot.
How about that?
Considering all the Browns love that we've got right now.
And the Steelers are underneath the radar screen.
Nobody's talking about Cincinnati.
Who won the division last year? Who won the division last year?
Steelers had a meltdown.
I am very high on Lamar Jackson and this Ravens team.
Last year to this year.
The LJ era.
Yes, sir.
Essentially. Do you think he was borrowing from your Twitter handle, Lamar?
I don't know. Probably. I gotta ask him.
You should definitely ask him. So how will it look different from last year? Last year, from when we saw you 7 starts and then 1 playoff start, Lamar.
I said my mind a lot clearer out there. Just being in the system a whole year. Well, not this system. We got a whole new system going on, but just been in it, from the start to, right now, it's definitely different from spring. We just been excelling each and every day. We just performing, getting better each and every day, and it's looking good.
Well, I mean, so what can you reveal then of how the offensive system is different from what we saw last year?
Just high power, our speed is a lot different. Got a lot of speed around us this year. Our chemistry will be a lot stronger, because I came in the middle of the season, middle to the end of the season. I really didn't have chemistry with my guys. I was with the second team, performing in practices, and got through in week 11 or whatever it was, and we was off off. You know, some games we off. I complete some passes, but not all the ones I should complete. And you know, this camp has been going very well. You've been seeing my performance is a lot better than it was last year's spring camp. And it's looking better.
So, what about? It's interesting you mentioned throwing because Lamar. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. You've heard it since I'm sure Louisville standard because it's not sustainable in the NFL. What do you say to that?
Oh, just let the people say whatever they're gonna say. We just gonna have to do our thing, go out there, and we're gonna have to show them. That's all. I can't change people's minds. This camp season not here yet. People gonna say whatever they're gonna say, and I just gotta perform. That's all.
Lamar Jackson, Ravens quarterback here.
People don't like change. Lamar Jackson is not what a lot of NFL franchises are used to be the franchise quarterback. A lot of people just want him to be the regular, the stereotype for him being a black quarterback. A lot of people want him to be the stereotype for him being a running quarterback. People, they don't give him a chance. They just, yeah, man, they just don't fit.